now, Gabby, a man definitely on the move this summer. What the story this is. This is unbelievable, this story.
Yes.
As Vincent Kompany has somehow managed to go from Burnley to Bayern Munich, but Dan Bent said in Drive yesterday that he can understand why the German Giants wanted him.
It seems bonkers because listen, he's at Burnley last year. They got relegated. They won 5 games. 2 of those were Sheffield United. So they went down to awful. 1 was Luton. 1 was Fulham, right? So I'm trying to think of the other one. I can't think of the other one. But I don't think it necessarily came down to results, this appointment. I think it came down to a style of play. And I think the style that he tried to play with Burnley, I don't think he had the players at the football club to be able to get it to work. But if you're an owner of a club and you want a team to play the right way, I think with that style of football that he wanted to play at Burnley, if you transfer that to Bayern, I think you go with the players that they've got. I do think, okay. So it almost does make sense.
Not to me. I mean, Benty's saying there it's possibly not. It's clearly not down to results.
Yeah.
I mean, that move staggered me. It really has.
It did me as well. But what I would say is, like, I can see where Benty's coming from, because when you watch Burnley, it was the final ball, the missed chances on goal, the quality playing from the back, some of the players. So his ideas are there, but the play, like the goalkeeper was giving away goals with sloppy passes. Put that philosophy at Bayern Munich with the players they've got, Ali, and you'll see some amazing football. I get it though, because we will look at like Sean Dyche and managers that have kept teams up or maybe got relegated with teams and haven't got that Vincent Kompany name, the career Vincent Kompany's had in the game as well as a player. That all comes into it as well.
Okay,
well, I do agree with you though. It is strange. Relegated from the Premier League.
We're going to get more on this. Let's bring a Burnley fan in and host of No Nay Never podcast, and that of course is Natalie Bromley. A very good morning, Natalie. How are you?
Good morning, Natalie.
Good morning, guys. I'm very well, thank you. How
Great.
are you?
We're very well. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us this morning. The first question is the same one I asked Gabby. Can you believe this move?
No, I'm genuinely staggered. Furious, which we'll come on to in a minute. Yeah, genuinely staggered. It's the ultimate reflection to me of style over substance. I think you have a situation now where chairman and football owners are looking at style of play over results. And I'm not sure that works for a vast majority of clubs. We had a really appalling season last year. We were not good enough in any measurable metric. And Vincent Kompany was responsible for an awful lot of that. He made mistakes right from the off. And the reward for that is he gets to upscale in his job and go to Bayern Munich, where we have the opposite. We get relegated to the Championship and we have to then go about our business without the manager who excelled in that league and got us out of the Championship in the first place.
Well, it sounds to me, Natalie, understandably in my opinion, that very much you sound like you would have forfeited a certain style of play to stay in the division, and I think that would be the opinion of most fans.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, we've got to be very clear here. The end of Sean Dyche's range was painful to watch in different reasons. That was football that wasn't enjoyable. And it's the ultimate supporter versus fan debate. You know, the supporter in you is results orientated, needs you to do what you need to do to survive. And that was my problem with Vincent Kompany last year. To me, he was protecting brand company. And it was very clear very early on in the season that the style of football he wanted to play and the system he was implementing wasn't going to be successful for Burnley in the Premier League. Now, I don't care about Vincent Kompany's future. I don't care about his career. That's a Vincent Kompany problem, and that's up to him. It's my job as a Burnley fan to care about what we do going forward. And to me, when a system's not working and we have an opportunity to survive in the Premier League, which we were gifted last year with everything that went on off the field, you change your system and you tweak those decisions.
Natalie, why didn't the club make a change then? If he needed to change his system and he wouldn't, why didn't the club make a change halfway through the season, bring someone else in who's going to change it a little bit to keep you in the Premier League? Because you had some decent players.
Yeah. But the message from the board was that Vincent Kompany and the board had entered into a 5-year project that was only 2 years into fruition, and it was a long game. They believed Vincent Kompany would deliver long-term sustainable success at the top flight with Burnley. They brought in players that would be developing and would mature in the next 3 or 4 years. And they told him very early on that he had the safest job in English football, and no matter what happened, he wouldn't lose his job. That to me is a problem because there's no sense of jeopardy for Vincent Kompany. He doesn't have to change anything. He can continue on his own agenda, whatever that may be, without any risk to his career. What then happens, he gets to go away and gets to take a job of a lifetime. Of course he does. But I wonder whether the Burnley board were perhaps a little naive here, and they believed that nobody else would come in for our manager, or our manager wouldn't seek other opportunities when we fell out of top flight football. And I think that's a problem. I think they believed a longer term plan. And we all know in English football, long term plans are not necessarily a sensible thing to do.
The big question, Natalie, $6 million one, can you bounce back?
I think so. I think our next managerial appointment is really important. What worries me a little bit is we're in a very unique situation this summer where the pool of managers is very small. And if you will allow me this slight little dig, that's maybe why Vincent Kompany's gone to Bayern as 11th choice. I think that's reflective of that. Sorry, you have to allow me that.
You're well allowed.
Yeah. So the pool of managers is very small. But also at the same time, there's quite a high volume of very high-profile Premier League jobs that have suddenly become available. You've got Chelsea, West Ham, now Leicester, we suspect United. And those clubs are fishing around in the Championship pool for their managers. Steve Cooper's allegedly ruled himself out of Burnley because he's going to talk to Premier League clubs. Leicester's manager's been poached. So if we're in the Championship, what pool are we going in? But we are going to have to sell some players. We've got an overinflated squad for the Championship. We need to balance the books. So I think we can bounce back. I think that we're good enough to come out of the Championship, but we've got a really key appointment that we need to make next.
Good stuff, Natalie. Thanks for joining us.
You,
I hope you obviously get that
problem.
right. Enjoy your break and good luck next season.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Now, coming up, we'll find out just how Bellingham has gone from Birmingham to Ballon d'Or. Very much like our Gabber, Ashley Young calls him. Is it Bongi or Bongi? What is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What does he call you?
I don't know.
I heard it, but I couldn't work it out.
don't
Stay
know.
with us. We're going to have a short break.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.